Medal of Honor, the highest honor a grateful nation can award its military heroes for acts of courage, self-sacrifice, and dedication above and beyond the call of duty. The history of America's survival is written in the blood of its fighting people whose devotion knew no limits. For the past 50 years, fighting men who wore the silver wings came from all over America when their country called. They learned to fly, they learned to fight, and they never flinched from facing combat. Some lived through 2 world wars. Many paid the full price. This is their story.
January 1967.
We've come here to the East Room this morning to honor Major Bernard F. Fisher of the United States Air Force. He is the first air officer to win the Medal of Honor in Vietnam. Major Fisher has won this honor, the nation's highest honor, because of uncommon gallantry in the face of death. The action for which we salute him today took place last March and took place during a very bitter and a very bloody battle.
On that day, hot, soupy weather hung over the valley of A Show. There was an 8,000-foot deck of clouds, and the ceiling was often down to 200 feet. Yet somehow Major Fisher and the others had to get through to relieve the besieged Special Forces fort below, whose airstrip had been overrun by 2,000 Viet Cong. Using intuition and know-how, Fisher finally found a hole in the clouds, acting as bird dog for the others. They roared in at treetop level, within almost point-blank range of the communist guns, placing their ordnance as instructed by the fort. But soon the Viet Cong shells began to take their toll. On his 3rd strafing pass, one of the pilots, Major Myers, felt his engine sputter. Then it conked out. Smoke filled the cockpit, and fire enveloped the aircraft. Myers was too low to bail out, so he decided to get down on the strip. Major Fisher responded immediately to Myers' call signal. Realizing that Myers couldn't see because of the smoke and fire, he tried to talk him down. On landing, Myers' belly tank blew up, and a huge billow of flames went up. Assuming that Myers was still in the plane, Fisher called for a rescue chopper. At this moment, the wind blew the flames to the other side, giving Major Myers a chance to break for cover. It looked as if Myers was burning. Fisher called for a rescue helicopter again. When he realized this would take too long, he told control that he was going in and pick Myers up. Calmly, he directed his fellow pilots to cover precise areas with machine gun fire and napalm. Then, defying all odds, Bernie Fisher descended on the debris-covered strip into a hail of enemy fire. Overshooting the strip on his first try, Fisher went around again, desperately searching for Major Myers. When he finally saw him, Fisher jammed on the brakes. Still not knowing how badly Myers was hurt, he prepared to leave the aircraft to get him. At that moment, Myers made his dash for safety. The remaining planes in the air, although out of ammunition, continued to make dry passes at the enemy, giving Myers and Fisher a few more precious seconds to gain the air and escape. The ending of the citation accompanying Major Fisher's Medal of Honor read,
Major Fisher's conspicuous gallantry, his profound concern for his fellow airmen, and his intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty are in the highest traditions of the United States Air Force and reflect great credit upon himself and the armed forces of his country.